Oh, hi friends. Wanted to make a quick video, and it's actually going to be a little of a parody to make fun of my friend Eddie. And I had a friend of mine who used to be an air marshal with me, and he had some questions on why I was using a specific weapon system versus what Eddie was using. And he was wondering basically why I was using a 40 caliber and why he was using a 9mm. And specifically, he's been tracking these videos, trying to figure out why Eddie, the mule, was barely moving about a year ago, and now he's actually running almost neck and neck with me when it comes to speed. And I'm gonna just call it out. Eddie's not a real man. He can't handle 40 caliber. So the mule had to step it down to a 9mm, but real men fire a 40 caliber or bigger. Now, this is my Glock 35. Bought this back in 2010, and this is Generation 3, and this thing's a workhorse. I probably got close to 15,000 rounds in this thing, and up until recently, I never had an issue with it. Last month, the trigger spring finally broke, and the locking block pin kept walking out. So I replaced all that, and now I'm back in the game. Everything's been modified and upgraded, everything from the Dawson Precision Magwell, Lone Wolf Barrel. I got a Zev Technologies, I think the name of the company is. Trigger, I think it was 180 bucks. The striker, which is the firing pin, has been changed out to one that's skeletonized. Basically, it's got holes drilled into it to make it lighter. The what do you call it? The safety plunger is a titanium, not titanium, whatever. It's been changed out. Basically, everything's been upgraded so it will function quickly, and the trigger pull is right about 3 pounds. But I do compete in the limited vision, which means I need a 40 caliber or bigger. And basically, people will use a 40 caliber or a 38 Super, they call it. 38 Super is basically a 9mm, but with a longer case with a lot more powder. So that's pretty much the 2 rounds I have to deal with, 40 caliber or 38 Super. I don't shoot the 38 Super because it's too expensive. And the reason why the big dogs use the 38 Super is because they can get more rounds in their magazine. I can only put 20 rounds in my magazine. I think they can put up to 27 or 28, which gives them an advantage. They don't have to do as many magazine exchanges that I have to. But now Eddie is using the 9mm because he's not a real man. He can't handle the recoil of a big boy gun. So that's the reason why Eddie's been picking up speed and is right neck and neck, is because he's using a 9mm and a red dot optic. So because Eddie's little boy eyes couldn't use the iron sights, and he had to change to a different division. So he'll be competing in the, I think it's called the Carry Optics or the Limited Optics division. In both those divisions, they'll be using 9mm. It's very competitive, those two divisions. Now, the limited division, back when I used to compete in 2011 and 12, was the open division and the limited division. And like I said before, those two divisions have to use 40 caliber or bigger. I was shocked to come to find out when I going back to compete that everybody has stepped it down to the 9mm, are now shooting in the production, the Carry Optics, and the Limited Optics division. And apparently the regular limited division with the 40 caliber or bigger is now used, or only old farts basically are competing in that division. For example, in January, the 2024 Nationals, there was only 13 competitors in the limited division. That will be where I'm at, and I guess I'll just keep jamming out with the limited division, with the old farts. And I will say kudos to those people in the limited division because they still are real men. They can handle 40 caliber or bigger. And the younger generation are just not man enough to control or get rounds on target quickly with a 40 caliber. But the younger generation, like Mr. Eddie over here, the mule, I think he's 26 years old. He just couldn't handle the real man's gun. So Eddie, good luck in your competition coming up here in a week and a half. But just watch the real man on the line when he's firing a 40 caliber. You'll be surprised that this old man with a 40 caliber can run just as fast as the little 9mm boys and girls.